Hello my dear students, how are you all? This is Sonia Kaushik and today we are going to start another important topic, plastids in cell biology. Students, as we have studied mitochondria in our last lecture and we have also done ribosomes and endomembranous system as well as the structure of plasma membrane. Now coming to the very important organelle, but that is present in plant, that is not present in animal cells. You have heard about chloroplast. आपने chloroplast के बारे में सुना है and how important the organelle is. Chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis. This is also called kitchen of plant cell, and chloroplast is also regarded as site of light and dark reaction that are the part of photosynthesis. Alright, so let's talk about plastids today. So basically these organelle are present in plants and euglenoids. What are euglenoids, students? These organism belongs to kingdom Protista. You can take one example of this euglena. You have heard about euglena, students? What is euglena? Very important for need. It is the connecting link between plants and animals. Connecting link between plants and animals. Why it is regarded as connecting link between plants and animals, euglena, students? So most important, this euglena may have both type of nutrition. It may have heterotropic nutrition, it may have autotropic nutrition. Means whenever the sunlight is present, it undergoes autotropic nutrition. When sunlight is not present, it undergoes heterotropic type of nutrition. So heterotropic nutrition is a, you can say, property of animal, and autotropic mode of nutrition is specifically property of plant. So we can say as the euglena have both type of property, so we can regard it as a connecting link between plants and animals. Alright, now coming to the plants, why plastids are present? So they perform different function. They can store different food substances like proteins, fats and starch. As you all know, there is storage form of extra, you can say, food in case of plant, that is starch. In case of our body, glycogen is a stored food and that is stored in liver. Similarly, in case of plants, glycogen is act as a stored food, starch is act as a stored food, and that is specifically accumulated in these plastids. So they are of different type. They may be colored, they may be colorless. So if they are colored, they may be colored, or colorless. They may be colored and they may be colorless. If they are colored, so that is due to different pigments. Like if chlorophyll is present, different pigments, so it may have green in color. If they have you can say xanthophyll like, so they may have yellow color. So different pigments gives different color to these plastids. So now coming to the types of plastids, that is the very important part of this topic, types. So these are basically of three types, that is leucoplast, chromoplast and chloroplast. You have heard about chloroplast, students? Chloroplast के बारे में आप जूनियर क्लासेस से ही पढ़ते आ रहे हैं. It is the site of photosynthesis. It is the kitchen of plant cell in which the plant prepare their food with the help of chlorophyll and the raw materials. So now coming to this leucoplast, this is also important, students. It is colorless. There is no color in leucoplast. Color leucoplast में color नहीं होता है. It is colorless and it is used to store different nutrients, you can say, different nutrients like protein, fat and starch. So on the basis what type of food substance they are storing. On that basis, this leucoplast may be of different kinds. If it is storing starch, this is called amyloplast. This is important for NEET students. Amyloplast stores starch. Can you give any food item that has starch? Natural food item. So that is, you can take example of potato, that is rich in starch. How are you able to know that potato is rich in starch? So if you go for iodine test, अगर आप iodine test करें student, if you go for iodine test, so whenever we cut the potato and we put the iodine drops that are yellow in color, iodine drops on the surface of, you can say, sliced potato, what will happen? It will turn bluish and blackish color. So that change in color is responsible for this positive iodine test. Or this is also called starch test, because we are testing starch here with the help of iodine. Alright students, now I can give you very important point here, because in case of starch is a stored food in plant. What is starch? Stored. I am telling the important need point here. Stored food in plants. Plants के अंदर जो stored food होता है student, that is called starch. उसको starch बोलते हैं. Starch दो components से मिलके बना है. It is made up of two components, amylose and amylopectin. Alright, this amylose have helical structure and this amylopectin have branch structure like glycogen. So when we put iodine in the, you can say, on starch containing substances, what happened? The iodine molecules trapped inside this helical structure of amylose. That's why if the question is asked in competitions that in starch which constituent or which components is important for this iodine test, so that is amylose, not amylopectin, because the helical structure of amylose help to trap the iodine molecule that provide the more reacting time to these starch molecules and give test positive. Alright students, so coming back to the point, so these leucoplasts, these are colorless plastids, they have no color, they can store starch, so they are called amyloplasts. If they are storing fat, they are called eleoplast. It stores fat. Can you give an example? Which any substance that have natural substance that store fat? So that is castor seed. You can take example. So in basically competitions, it is generally asked that amyloplast stores starch, protein, fat. So you will opt answer for starch. Means different MCQ can be asked from this question. So next is aleuroplast. Students, this aleuroplast type of leucoplast, it stores protein. And if we talk about example, so whatever pulses are present or P is there, that are rich source of protein. Alright. So in plants, whenever they have to store their nutrient, so they have different types of plastids, colorless plastid that helps in storage of that, and on the basis of type of substance they store, like starch, like fat, like protein, they are named differently. Amyloplast for starch storage, eleoplast for fat storage, and aleuroplast for protein storage. Alright students, now coming to the chromoplast. Chromo means color. Students, chromo means color. So the colored plastid that have color, that may be green, that may be red, that may be yellow. So the colored plasmids are called chromoplast, because the chromo term is related to color. Alright, chromoplast. Chromo means colored plastid. Their color may be green, that color may be red. Alright students, their color may be green, red, yellow, different color may be have. For example, if you have seen, whenever tomato is raw, or you can say not fully ripened, the tomato is green in color. But as soon soon as the tomato get ripens, it takes red color. Or if you have seen, if you put green chilies for some days, what happen after some days? The color of green chili turns red. That means at that time the chloroplast, because green color is due to chloroplast, that chloroplast is converted into chromoplast. Alright students, that is the reason of color in tomatoes and chilies. Alright, and whatever fruits and vegetables you can see, they have chromoplast for their color. Now coming to the most important type of plastid, that is chloroplast. Student, this chloroplast is very important. Is a double membranous structure. It is an autonomous organelle, and that have their own DNA, that have 70s ribosomes, and you can say it have characters of you can say prokaryotes. That why it is also regarded as prokaryotic origin, as we have seen in case of mitochondria. So now coming to the most important topic of today, type of plasmid, that is chloroplast. Now we are coming to the topic chloroplast. So students, this chloroplast, this is the main site of photosynthesis. This is the main sites of photosynthesis, very important. It is main site of light and dark reaction. That is the part of photosynthesis itself. Alright, this chloroplast, this is semi-autonomous organelle. Semi-autonomous organelle. Why it is regarded as semi-autonomous organelle, students? Because it have its own DNA. It have its own single circular DNA. Alright, it is double membranous in structure. Double membranous. See student, if we talk about double membranous organelle, so that is mitochondria, that is chloroplast, that is nucleus also. We have not done nucleus till now. We will discuss on upcoming lectures. So this is double membranous in nature. Now coming to the structure of chloroplast, that is very important for 3 marks. Sometimes this question is asked if you are preparing for board. So the structure of chloroplast can also be asked. So they also have, so you can write here, they have 70S ribosomes, as they are regarded as having prokaryotic origin, 70S ribosomes, and they have circular DNA. So these 2 points are important that make us to believe that plastids have prokaryotic origin. So they are, mitochondria and plastid are regarded as having prokaryotic origin. Alright, they are having prokaryotic origin. Now coming to the structure of chloroplast, that is a very important topic of today. This is important for subjective as well as objective point of view. This is double membrane. See students, in mitochondria we have seen that the inner membrane is highly folded, but in case of chloroplast, inner membrane is also, you can say, smooth as far as outer membrane is concerned. See, this is outer membrane, this is inner membrane, this is intermembranous space or perimembranous space. If we talk about inside, they have a coil-like stacking that is connected with another coil-like stacking with the help of stroma lamellae, This diagram is important for 10th and 12th, 10th and 11th, sorry, both classes. This chapter is very, very important. This topic specifically also important. So, if we talk about this coil-like stacking, this single is called thylakoid. Thylakoid. Alright? And the whole stacking is called grana. Alright? And this connecting link between grana, these are called stroma lamellae. Alright? And the substance, or you can say fluid present here, this is called stroma. Stroma. Student, this stroma is the site of dark reaction. Site of dark reaction that occurs in night time. And this thylakoid, this is the site of light reaction. We will do what is light and dark reaction when will we do the chapter of photosynthesis. Alright students. Now you have cleared the diagram of this chloroplast. One important question for NEET here. One important question for NEET I am writing here. Name the third membranous organelle. See students, we have heard that in organelles there is single membrane, unit membrane that is present in case of lysosome, that is present in case of vacuoles. Then you have seen the organelles that have double membrane like nucleus, like mitochondria, like chloroplast. Now the question is very important for NEET. What is that question? That question is name the third membranous organelle. Means is there any organelle that have third membrane? Yes, chloroplast is the right answer. In chloroplast, this thylakoid. So thylakoid will be the right answer. But if they ask in which organelle third membranous system is present, then the answer will be chloroplast. But if they ask, what do you mean by third membranous structure? If they talk third membranous organelle, then you can answer chloroplast. If they ask third membranous structure, if they ask structure, so you will answer thylakoid. Why? They also have a covering over it. Alright students. So moreover, it have 70S ribosome. Like in case of prokaryotes, it has circular DNA, single-stranded circular DNA. So that's why they are also regarded as prokaryotic or in origin. Now, as we have done mitochondria as well as chloroplast, so now the question arises: what is the similarity between mitochondria and chloroplast? Mitochondria and chloroplast, is there any similarity between them? Yes, both are mitochondria and chloroplast. So I am talking about similarities between them. So in case of mitochondria, this is double membranous structure. Double, if we talk, we can write the characters here. Double membrane. Yes, this is present in mitochondria. This is also present in chloroplast. Then we talk about double circular DNA, or you can say circular DNA. Yes, that is present in mitochondria. That is also present in chloroplast. Next, 70S ribosome that are present specifically in prokaryotes. So they are present in mitochondria, they are present in chloroplast. So this helps in energy formation. Yes, it also includes electron transport chain on the, you can say, thylakoid membranes. And in case of mitochondria, inner membranes are associated with energy formation. So all these are the some basic similarities between mitochondria and chloroplast. And if so, that's why they both are regarded as as they have their own DNA, that's why they are called semi-autonomous organelle. Alright students, and they both are regarded as prokaryotic origin. As I have told you in last lecture of mitochondria, actually what happens students, these mitochondria and you can say chloroplast, both having they are regarded as they may be prokaryotes, and they entered in eukaryotic cell and started living as a symbionts. So they can also regarded sometime as endosymbionts, that in during evolution they adapt inside the living cells. So they may be you can say independent prokaryotes earlier. So they are endosymbionts. Endo means inside, symbionts means which are giving benefit to the host cell and which are taking benefit, means mutual type of interaction we can say. So these are the basic similarities between mitochondria and chloroplast. This is specifically present in animal cell. It is present in animal and plant cell both, but chloroplast is specifically present in plants only. This is also called powerhouse of cell. This is called kitchen of plant cell. Alright, so we have done a very important topic, plastids, and plastids are specifically present in plant. They have different function as we have discussed today. So this is the basic lecture of this plastids. When we complete the organelles of this chapter, then we go for some details of this chapter also and organelles. Okay students, till then stay tuned. Thank you.